Welcome to the Occupational Safety Leadership Podcast, episode number 117. In today's episode, we're going to just kick around a couple of ideas about who should who should present new hire safety orientation. Well, let's just dive right into it then. I like to do it myself. So, along with the person from the management team, and they'll cover certain topics. They obviously don't want to talk about confined space and lockout tagout, but they can help out with things like this is the system that we have in place. This is the importance that we have. Here are the goals that we have. So the management team person can really do a great job of helping to set that tone right from the get-go, like what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. I mean, they obviously expect to hear that from me, the safety person, but you really need to hear it from the people in charge who really drive because they have them. They give people the money and time to get things done. So I like to also cover safety orientation as the very first topic. I know that depending on what company you're at, like maybe they do like let's fill out some HR forms or something like that first. Not like that doesn't have to be done, but I do think that it sets a very nice tone, a very nice precedent of we're covering safety first thing on the first day to make sure that everybody truly understands just how important it is. Um, People will also, depending upon their own individual makeup, start to lose attention. They get tired, not focused correctly. So I do think that if you tried to do this at 3:30, you would have a totally different crowd and outtake, because if people know the day ends at 4:30, they they literally know, like, no matter what, the day's over at 4:30. And many times when things are running late, um, what sounds awesome in a hour or 2 hour or 3 hour safety orientation ends up being 45 minutes because everybody else went late. So I think if you're the first person, you do the safety orientation, then now of course it doesn't mean that you're not late, and squeezing the time of others, but do everything you can that safety is not squeezed. So, but that's awesome and that's great for one facility. But what happens when you have multiple ones? Because as the safety person, you might be in charge of multiple ones. You can't be at all of them. You can't be there every day. I mean, so you have to come up with other ways of doing it. So what I like to do in the ideal fashion, and of course there's not always an ideal fashion, is whoever is in charge of safety at that facility and the management team will do the safety orientation. Not quite the same as me, and not that I'm not flawed, of course, but I do everything I can to really set that tone, really talk about it. And I want people also to understand things that when you find a problem, you fix it yourself. When you can't fix it, you talk to me, you talk to the supervisor, you talk to somebody. Um, Without really knowing that, there could be folks who, when they find something, say, I'm not saying nothing. I'm going to keep my head down, my nose clean. I'm brand new here, not saying nothing. I'm just going to keep on going. Um, so that's ideally if you have multiple facilities. I have done it other ways too, with um, different effectiveness, we'll call it. I tried to do remote ones before because there was not a person in charge of safety at other places. And not like that wasn't good, but like all things, when you look at a screen only, you really lose that person-to-person contact. Um, Plus, I'm not there also to do the walk around. We will walk around, and here's the head count area. This is what this is what the fire alarm sounds like. Just those types of things. Um, I have done it with the person supervisor, and that's worked out pretty good. But you do have some supervisors that maybe don't have the best view of safety. They may see it as a bother and it's a hassle. I'm only doing this because I have to. Let's go through this safety orientation. Uh, the plant manager option has been pretty good, uh, but at times it's really hard to get the plant manager's 100% full attention because they have so many things happening, you know. Um, and then finally, one that I was really forced into during the COVID times, and some people are working and some people weren't, and everything, is to literally sit down with the new hire orientation and just read it right in a binder and say, I get it, I don't get it, follow up questions. And then whenever I made it to that facility, I would then go talk to the new folks and all that. So that was another way. It was not a very good way, but at times we're really forced into kind of coming up with, given the time, resources, and things that we have, how are we going to make this work? You know. Um, so what I'll also say is that now that I've gone over a couple things, it has to be something that works for you. So I've been doing this for 30 years, but once I kind of came up with a pretty good pattern, I really haven't deviated much. So I'm sure that there are better ways of really doing it out there. So, and that is it for today's episode number 117. Who should present new hire safety orientation? I want to thank you for joining me. My name is Dr. David Ayers. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me to get that word out so that we can continue to share this really good information, because the whole point of doing a lot of these is to reduce accidents and injuries to the people out there. Thank you for joining me, and have a safe day.